What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 22 of my Total War Warhammer 3 a modded Miao Ying Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, the Great Bastion is safe once more, and it'll be a while until the next sort of Kurgan invasion, so you've got time to hopefully clear out the last of the Chaos forces. To the north, we had an amazing fight with Zhu Zhao, who barely survived, fighting off Zatan, who might actually come back before we knock his faction out for good, and we may have to deal with him, though our army will hopefully be a little bit more powerful by the time we get to him again. Otherwise, we got a nice fight against the Khornates of all people at Uliogtha outpost on the Isles of the Monkey King. Let's also upgrade this while we're at it, and we'll be looking to fight and move towards more Khornate forces out here. We can see the enemy Lord Kororath here, plus a little stack and a very solid garrison as well, so we got maybe 2 stacks full of Khornates here. As long as they stick around, Miao Ying should have a great fight in the near future. And speaking of Miao Ying, let's start with her. Shipwreck, we shall go. Probably going to have to suffer a little bit of attrition or damage as we auto-resolve. Not that bad. And, you know what, heal up because we're kind of far away from healing otherwise, and you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, let's see if we get anything good. Hey, materials at sea. Oh, that's a good start. A little bit late in the campaign, I admit. Would have been nice to get this, you know, much earlier, considering, but, well, I'll certainly take it. Miao Ying, I would like you to proceed to the edge of our territory here, and then you, Zhuxia, follow along. Let's see how much we heal here. And, well, pretty good. We should be, if not quite at full HP, very close to it by the time we get to Mr. Kororath there. Hopefully, once again, he doesn't run away. Administrator Chansai. Oh, I just realized we have some upgrade. Oh, one upgrade going. Wait. We got some expensive stuff going at Nan Gau. Let us cancel, and oh. Just because we got the materials at sea. Well, at the very least, the expensive buildings. We should start building them everywhere. Everywhere where we can, because they're not going to get any cheaper, and this will essentially effectively complete the admin in most places, I'd wager. Wei Jin, we've got this upgrading the social observatory. Let's get you back up and running. Just saving a little bit of cash in the places where I know that we're building expensive buildings. There probably are a few more, like here, for example. Let's upgrade all of you. Alright, easy. Just so that we don't have to see the constant need for upgrading these things again. Plus, this will also be a fairly considerable amount of a research rate. Hanyu Port, is there a reason? Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, okay, there was a reason. Alright, everything else is fine. Let's build you guys up, all of you, and this will be a sort of pseudo-military province as needed. Alright, probably a few more. We have to make use of every turn while we have materials at sea and everything is actually super cheap. Oh, this is exciting. Alright, it's not going to really do too much for our economy because our economy is already, if not quite maxed out, is, you know, pretty up there. But what it will do is once again save a lot of time in the future, so yeah. Alrighty, that's all the money we got. Let's try to get a little bit more as we go. Yuan Shanfu and Jiaming, you actually can't do much. I'm curious, do you heal at all while raiding? No, you don't. Damn, I was hoping that we could use that to heal, man, because he heals so slowly. Man, we need a high-level gate master, but we don't have a high-level gate master, so that's going to be a problem. Or we need to return to our own green territories, and they're all quite far. We could peace out with Grimgor, but that's not going to happen. And I don't really want to give the newly given territories that were, well, newly given to the Knights of Caledor up, as in Grimgor would just retake them if we let him. So I guess we're just going to sit there for a few turns. You're fine, Longyuan Chao. Let's see, Ningwei, you are... Oh, can you destroy this little remnant? Oh, won't this give us an immediate short victory? Let's find out. Go. And auto-resolve, and if this is the last armies of Kolek, since we destroyed him last time, that should be the short victory for us. Take the money. We need all the cash we can get. Faction destroyed, enemy killed in battle, character experience gain, and long victory, not short victory. Well, victory. Anyway, campaign movement range plus 25% for own armies, faction-wide, and own territory is also quite nice. Anyway, what do we have in terms of these places? Blood Peak does have defenders. I wonder if we can move towards it. Anyway, stick around. We'll get you your army soon. In fact, it is kind of on the way. And in fact, we should also move you down here. Like so. Alright. And administrator, wait, you need to build... Let me just double check here. I mean, technically speaking, we want to replace the fire rain silo here with another one of the research buildings because, I mean, there is still so much research to go through. We have tech thieves running around and succeeding. We have all this bonus research, but yeah, Cathay just has such a huge tech tree. Not that that's a bad thing, mind you. I mean, admittedly, it is only turn 80. Anyway, and Shao, you are in desperate need of healing, sir. So we'll do this. We'll encamp you. Damn, I wish I was hoping that we could leave our own territory because we'll heal more in enemy territory than our own, but it is what it is. Alright, you're just gonna go here, and if you encounter some enemies, then you're just gonna have to deal with it. Challenge Stone, we're probably not looking into keeping, though. You know, we'll let it go. I mean, I imagine the ogres might like it, but it'll be a while before we can transfer it to them, and I'd rather not border Archaon, so just let it die. Alrighty. I guess if we could get into a minor battle, we can heal the Terracotta Sentinels, eh? Something to think about. Anyway, anybody else need to move? Oh, I'm so happy about the materials at sea. Who are you again? Oh, right, you're waiting for your own army, but it'll probably be a while. Although, not as while as it previously was, now that we have the materials at sea, so there's that. Ji-Song's about to attack, but let's make sure that we move everybody else around. You, Yanbo, I believe we're going for another island. You were the one that we were... we could grab the Shrine of Cain if we wanted to here. But the problem is we don't really have anybody to defend it here. Even if we did grab it, so... kind of meh. It'd be nice to get like a lost cargo or something. You gotta be kidding me. We got a lot... Oh, okay, game. And we got a nice Robes of Shangyang as well, and combining these is nice. But yeah, the lost cargo, the additional growth and the additional money will help out. Alright, now Yanbo's probably still going to be like 4 or 5 turns until you get your... You get your own army, so keep moving around, gathering islands as you can. We'll fight with Ji-Song in a second. I love her gunnery army, and that has not changed in any way. Admiral Muji Peng, you are moving up here. Oh, the area's in storm. Can you land here in any way? No, you're gonna have to suffer attrition? Well, that's rude. I guess it might be... It wouldn't be faster. Yeah, fine, suffer a turn of attrition. It's not a big deal. A region in storm and all that. Alright, how about the other admiral? You are near another island. You are a little bit damaged, so we gotta be wary of, I don't know, orcs sailing out and attacking us at sea. But keep auto-resolving stuff as you can. Standard of Discipline. Super useful on anybody, I guess. On you. It doesn't really matter. Auto-resolve. And yeah, once again, heal. I'd rather have the money, but you know, these guys are far away from actual healing. Okay, you just got treasury, but that's fine. I'm not gonna turn my nose up at that either. Anyway, Bilbali is... Huh. I take it it's a chaos ruin, judging by the... Oh, okay, so the Skaven corruption is coming from Tobaro, I take it. We did want to get these territories, so that is definitely still on the menu. In the meantime, go for this island before going up north and picking up more. And we will send Yuanbo either here or to Bretonia to pick up all of these lovely, lovely territories. What else do we got here? Feng Shui, you are... Wasn't there another army nearby? I guess that was Chance Army, or was it destroyed? Oh! The Confederation is up. Are we able to... Yes, we are. I forgot about you. I wonder how much money you'd give us for a defensive alliance. 4K? Yeah, fine. Do the defensive alliance, and then do military alliance, and then do Confederation alliance. Like so. Lovely. Alright, that'll mean, of course, the public order reduction, but that's the last, I believe, Cathan faction. Assuming we... Oh, we'll probably fight these Tomb Kings just for the variety. Not like we really need to deal with them, but anyway. You guys are going to be costing us a little bit of cash, but stay here just in case we need to deal with Chant. And are you in enemy territory? You are. Keep raiding. We got an Astromancer with well supplied. I don't really care for it, but for now we'll just maintain these guys. And Golden Sight, let's also take away your item in case there are additional items to be spread around among our actual lords. Ooh, you had a Standard of Wei Jin, very nice. What do you have? Nothing, and then what do you have? Also nothing. Alright, yeah, we'll probably combine these into another seagoing army, another couple of admirals to just sort of stay around. Let's see. Now, we do probably want to take a look at what the... Okay, what is this? We have a pure... That is terrible. Pure Astromancer. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Skull Reef. We might actually want to prioritize going down and grabbing that before the AI does. In the meantime, though, I'll lose the Jade Stables, I'll lose the Yin Lodge, I'll lose the Celestial Tower here, unfortunately, and then swap the Goods Emporium. That's here. Oh yeah, we're definitely not sharing territory with the Tomb Kings. We'll fight them. What do we have here? Okay, you're gonna get an upgrade. We are going to go for the Woodsman's Hut. We can switch you to Gem Factors, and then you to Yin Lodge. And these guys aren't powerful enough to attack us, so we'll actually delete that. Alright, I think these guys only had the 4 territories, or 3 territories, whatever amount of territories that we got. We'll leave this place most likely as a military location, kind of just like the idea, but I think we'll get rid of the Celestial Tower here to replace it with pottery. Especially since I don't think we have a lot of pottery, generally speaking. We can also swap the Goods Emporium and the Sky Lantern Roosts for now to defensive, though, frankly, you know what, leave that as it is. We'll probably delete it rather shortly anyway. Alright, Feng Shui, I guess we'll go for Dragonfleet Port first. I wonder if they're willing to sally... Oh, they actually don't have much of stuff there. Pyrrhic Victory, it'll lose one of the Crowmen, eh? Kind of a basic army, but it is a sort of combined arms type of deal, so it isn't the worst thing in the world. Stay there, besiege it. I'd like to see whether Chant attempts to march, dance, and attack. Or not. You're not stuck where you are you? No, you're not. Or we could move Chilin Jia down to Dragonfleet Port to help out. And probably ought to resolve this immediately. It'll probably kill off the Celestial Lions if we don't allow them to heal. Alright, let's wait. Let's wait the turn. It's not a big deal. Alright, anybody else? Anybody else? We really need to do Yanbo's quest to counteract the... Where are we? Oh, that's you, yeah. To counteract the massive public order losses that we've suffered from the last couple of turns of a Confederation. Anyway, I believe that's it. Minus the building, which we can... Or additional building... Oh, what the heck are you doing? He's in the middle of our territory now? This is so rude. He's not at war with us, technically speaking, and we can't declare war on him at this time, right? It's been... You're telling me it's been 10 turns since we peaced out with him? I could send Yan Bo's army to deal with him. I wonder if he's... Oh, he's probably going down to try to kill Goldtooth. That's kind of funny. He's probably going to be too afraid to declare war on us since his faction is dead. As long as he's not raiding the territory. But anyway, I digress. Let's have Ji-Song... That's a question. We could attack the Foundry of Bones directly, or allow them to come in as reinforcements, destroying this army first. It depends on the position. Although I guess it also depends on whether this guy tries to run or whether they try to fight. Let's give it a try. And let's see if we can get them to come in as reinforcements. And if we can't, I guess we'll just attack Foundry Bones directly. Frankly, it won't matter all that much. And hey, they will indeed attack us. Valiant defeat casualties high, though I doubt that. The big issue here is, I guess, that all the Marauders are shielded, but we hopefully have enough shield breaker to sort of mitigate the issue. Go.
Better equipped, we are more dutiful. Victory is inevitable.
Right, that was perfect with the cannons firing at the same time as the camera zipped by. Anyway, here we go. Big ol' shielded pile of Norskins. And while it does seem like they are basic troops, at the same time, one, you still have to be always wary of the javelin chucking Marauder spear hunters, and at the same time, or Marauder hunters or javelins, whatever. And at the same time as well, there are a lot of them, and between the garrison and the little extra army there. And as always, this army has to be a little bit concerned about being overrun. And, oh wow, did every single cannon shot just miss the enemy lord? At least the Iron Crane Gunners. Or just the Crane Gunners. Are doing okay. There we go. Those look like some hits, and down goes the Lord, falling headless to the ground. I do believe this little army is done for. Just about time, as we got 30 seconds before the second army arrives, and we have to reposition ourselves for when they attack. Alrighty, and especially the cannons so that they can actually start firing upon the enemy, followed by the crane gunners, and there we go. They're going to begin to fire all the way over there to the other side of the map while we continue repositioning ourselves. And you're facing the wrong way, guys. Come on now. Hopefully the other cannons aren't getting in the way of this one. No, seriously, turn around. What is this? Somebody load that artillery crew into the cannon if they don't know how to face it in the correct direction. No, seriously, is it actually going to turn around? What is this? It seems like it's facing in the... okay, there it goes. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Maybe they had to be told to fire directly rather than... okay. Told to fire directly at the enemy rather than doing it themselves. Anyway, we can't even really see the enemy army, but we can see the banners, and they're there. We are just going to hopefully fire across the hill or over the hill and see what we can do. Let's try to do this battle sort of from ground view, just out of interest. Try to keep it a little bit different from the other fights and the most recent fight with Ji Song's army. Alright, can we see any of the enemies cresting the hill, or are we just continuing to lay down fire without being able to see them? I think I saw the first of the enemies showing up. Crane gunners might be in range soon. We know that the sky lanterns are. Alright, what do we see? Alright, I can see the silhouettes of the enemies back there. And just generally firing into them. And I guess when you're down on the ground like this, they can't really see exactly where the big old pile of enemies are concentrated, right? You just see a big old line of enemies heading towards you. Where is the blob? Where are there more and where are there less, etc. Ooh, looks like our Imperial auxiliaries are firing as well. Does mean that the enemy is definitely drawing close. Still love those repeating rifles from the Null Ironsides. Always entertaining to watch. We gotta back them up because it looks like we are starting to get surrounded, and that's gotta be a scary sight when you're a gunnery army. And the enemy front seems to be much wider than ours is, and that's obviously going to be a concern. Soon the enemy will be in range of our Iron Hail gunners as well, not just the crane gunners and other such stuff. By which I mean long range stuff, and ooh, it looks like they're going to reach this unit of Null Ironsides quite soon, and yeah, that's a lot of enemies. Alright, and not much we can do about it. We do a run Ji Song out ahead just to try to block off a couple of the enemy units, and maybe to, here come the doggos, and pop off that storm of shadows, and just to distract them a little bit. And all Ironsides are gonna have to work in melee, do your best to hold off those doggos, but with the additional armor and your decent melee capabilities, you should be able to hold the enemy off. Here come the other units. The Iron Hail gunners are starting to fire, though they're taking javelins right back, as they do when the battle is properly joined. The right flank, on the right flank, the enemies have not yet arrived, or at the very least have not made contact with our own units. And let's see, at least in the center, the enemy is suffering, which always has happened, generally tends to happen in the center, but on the right and left flanks we see a lot of still full HP units running around. Don't stop until they're all dead indeed. There's another storm of shadows coming in just to keep the enemy slowed down between the storm of shadows and the grenades of the dragon breakers. The enemy is slowed down to a crawl, I believe 6 movement speed, 4 movement speed, where both things are used together, which is pretty darn solid. If we need to run a unit away, there's no way that the enemy infantry would be able to catch it. Otherwise, the battle is, by the looks of it, nearly ours. Bounce power is at about 80% in our favor, and we can see the enemy is still moving towards us, where they concentrated a lot of troops on the left flank, which is why we sent Ji Song there. She did get hurt fighting the enemy, as she's the only melee unit we have. And the enemy is still trying to move in, but by the looks of it, in vain this time around, as we are slowly but surely obliterating any enemy units that can fight back. And make sure to had to make sure to gun down all the enemy javelin throwers. And I can see here we've lost a decent number of null iron sides, but now as the enemy runs, they're going to get a lot of shots to the back from those repeating rifles. You'll be back? I'm not so sure about that. I'm pretty sure your faction is destroyed, so I don't know. And frankly, you should probably be worried about yourself. I never heard them say that before, that we'll be back. That's funny. I've played this game a lot, and I've never heard them say that. Huh. Usually when they just run, they say, the gods have abandoned us, and that's such thing. We'll be back. That's great. Anyway, and we're going to give chase to the enemy as best we can. We only have the 2 Sky Lanterns this time around, but they should still be able to rack up plenty of kills while they run after those Norskins. Alright, there we go, a nice fight, though certainly a decent number of the enemy escaped. Hopefully we're still able to destroy them with an auto-resolve without doing it again. We'll venerate to heal ourselves up. Lots of damage on our Iron Hail Gunners and our Crane Gunners. Let's see, we got 20 and solid damage on the non-iron, since frankly everybody did a ton of damage. Hardly surprising. Well, except the drum. 0 damage, but it's a drum. What do you expect? And I just got to get those other 2 iron sides in this army to max it out so that we have something of a melee line to fall back on. Anyway, we are going to... Does the Tech Thief need 10? No, the Tech Thief does not need 10. A long shot cap, you are going to go in here, and we're going to auto-resolve, and... Why? In what possible way would the cannons get hurt? Why would the cannons get hurt and all the... This makes no sense. No, but what the heck? Okay, auto-resolve is being a maniac. Okay, just occupy the place. We'll delete it after. Hopefully these guys don't besiege us and kill some of the stuff off. Hopefully they attack directly instead of besiege. I don't know whether that'll insta-kill the drum and the Sky Lanterns. I hope not. I guess we'll find out. And you got a Tormentor Sword, which frankly is pretty good for this particular army. Speaking of this particular army, we got 2 points. Let's keep going through Skyfire. Gotta max out those gunners, since most of them are rank 7 and will be getting benefits from that. Next, we got buildings, such as they are. The Dragon Isles, we'll start with you. Go for the Celestial Observatory. Oh, everything's so nice and cheap. Longma Paddocks, Mooring Tower. And what do we have here? Another Celestial Observatory, and just keep upgrading everything. Oh, this will actually mean that shortly we'll be able to switch everything to... well, not everything, but switch a lot of stuff to Harmony. We're waiting for 2 things. 1, for the last Confederation to be done, and our public order to be maxed out again, and 2, for the buildings to be built, because it's 20% construction cost for all buildings in combination with the materials at sea is the only thing that's enabling us to build all these ludicrously expensive buildings. Anyway, skip. Double check Diplo real quick. Oh, I feel like I did already. Well, maybe not. We've got... We can start trading with the Exiles of Naheka, I guess. Why not? Had to trade with somebody. 1 money? Okay, fine. Don't give us the 1 money. Anybody else want to trade? Leofric's Fellowship and the Hunts Marshal's Expedition. I imagine that these guys might potentially both die. Scions of Sri Lanka, maybe. Snakebiters are basically dead as well. Frankly, every single faction we traded with was good. I was hoping to trade with some of the Wood Elves out there, though. We get more mileage out of trading with Leofric's Fellowship here. And we are in non-aggression pact. Now, I'm going to leave it alone for a few turns. We'll see. There might be, maybe, potentially, better options that come up. Anyway, for now, it's in the turn. And now we just got to wait 5 turns. Several of our Settlement besiege. I think that was us. Several of our locations are actually getting in pretty bad shape in terms of their public order. We just need to counteract it a little bit. Court of Libaris is strength rank 2. Oh, dang. That's pretty nice. Yeah, sure. It sounds like we're going to go all the way down here just to fight Khalida for no reason. Besides, she's willing to trade, and as the second strongest faction, probably has a decent amount of territory. So let's trade. Hopefully... we immediately gain vision of her, but hopefully she doesn't hate Imric, because he's kind of a big ally of ours. And, oh, these guys are going to sally out by themselves. Now, now both crowmen will die? How does that make any sense? Before, when we were going to auto-resolve just the settlement by itself, the crowmen, one of the crowmen would die and the other would survive. Now, when they're attacking us, both crowmen will die? It's really bizarre. We don't need the crowmen here because, fine, I'm just auto-resolve. I'm too lazy to do this. The elude and occupy. This army is going to go out to sea anyway, or at least what's in the army is going to go out to sea as an admiral to hopefully gather some more islands and auto-resolve, and with that the USAC should be destroyed so we can take the money. And then return to our own place. And Koronath is gonna run away, you coward, Koronath. Samurai's domain secured, which is which place? Oh, it's this place, alright. And we'll immediately go for the Jade Dragon's Edict. We'll also immediately upgrade the village here, and we'll also immediately go for the tea parlor. There we go. USAC destroyed, Sword of Battle, a Banner of the Empress's Eye. Range plus 25%, stock and spell resistance. Really nice banner. We get that from the tech. Trait gained, creator, constructor, certifiable for one of the scholars. Wow. Minus 15 melee defense. Present in the province of okay, I just realized there's a minor issue. These guys have been out in the Chaos Waste for a long time. And if they're out there for too much longer, they might start getting that certifiable trait as well, which I don't want on any of our armies. We could try to send Ji Song out there and have her deal with Zatan to send you back. Because minus 15 melee defense on these guys is going to be really, really ugly. On the other hand, it's probably going to take us a long time to return to where we came from as well. Kind of an issue. Tech Thief, I guess you're going up here, though. Let's see, you've got 5 turns. This place will fall, not this turn, I guess next turn, I think. Oh, actually, no, you can reach them all. Hunt. Okay, you go there. And another brick in the wall. Leadership aside when fighting against Demons of Chaos. That's helpful. I don't know if you can risk auto-resolving this. Nonetheless. Let's see what it does. Not too bad. It hurt the Alchemist, but it is what it is. Occupy, and then we'll obviously abandon it after. Banner of Eternal Flame. Okay, we already saw the other brick in the wall game. And then Logistics, you are able to reach this. Fantastic. Alright, so what we need... Ooh, hello. These guys have reached rank 7. Faster than... What are we at here? Actually, not that close. We could upgrade them to Longma and then put them in the other army. Anyway, you... And they're not hurt either. Here's what we'll do. I wonder how much attrition you're going to take out here. Guess we're about to find out. Alright, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 for these two because they've reached rank 7 and can become Longma. And this is a Jade Warrior army, so I don't want too many Jade Lancers. You'll be fine. Probably upgrade these to Longma. Otherwise, we'll abandon the Maw Hunt next turn. For now, just collect the income or whatever. You... I mean, we might want to move up there just to help out anyway. It's going to be a while before the next Bastion attack anyway, so we'll do this, and then you can encamp and then start moving out there, and we can also abandon this place. We will go for the Tech Thief. I guess we're going to start sending him... The Kurgan Warband was destroyed. Interesting. Do they have a little mini-stack running around somewhere? I don't know, but the only one you could probably steal from in reasonable time is Archie, though your steel tech will disappear by the time you get to him. I'll take you guys 2 turns to reach this. It'll take you 3 turns to reach this. You might be able to reach one of these places and steel tech a few times, though. Alright, fine. If I remember, we'll send you around that way instead. Anyway, back to the start. Miao Ying. I want to go after Koronath. I think the best way to do this is this. If we land right beside it, they would be able to potentially move in as reinforcements.
Sail on.
Only realistic way of doing it, I think. Alright, and then hopefully this guy will attack us and then draw everybody from the garrison in. I assume you can't encamp? No. You can channel. Does it really help here? Miscast base chance reduction? Not really. The attrition is going to hurt, but it is what it is. That's fine. At least it's fine for now. And then Jusia, you can land as well, I guess. I'm a little bit concerned about them attacking you instead of Miao Ying, and then you coming in as a reinforcement, which is actually not great. You know what? You're gonna sit around here and wait in the Ogtha outpost. Probably the safer thing to do. Wuxing Compass, we will continue to ignore. Caravans are still okay. Okay, so we can ignore those as well. Alright, Administrator. Now, first of all, you're gonna build this. Okay, there's something at Nan Gau, so we'll build you. Is there anything at any of the other gates? Okay, you're fine for now. Po Mei, you will be upgraded as well. Like so. No materials at sea. Finally. Alright, and Turtle Gate is fine. Weijin has this expensive building, but it'll take so many turns for us to get there that I probably am too lazy to do it. Like 3,600, it's fine. And then I don't remember what was here. Oh, yes I do. What we need to do is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, in order to make this harmony, we'll need... Yeah, okay, I see. I see. We need the conscription offices. So we'll do this. Like that. That'll counteract it somewhat, but not completely. Where is that annoying guy? This guy. Here. Man, he's kind of out of the way now. Nah, you gotta go to Yanbo. It's otherwise gonna take too long, and I don't feel like waiting. Alright, Yuan Shanfu and these guys still gonna take a million years to heal. I see Grimgor has backed off, though. Ning Wei, I wonder if you would be able to take Blood Peak without actually fighting, as an auto-resolve it. And Valiant Defeat looks like no. Alright, fine. We could fight it, but at the same time, it's such a non-army that I think I'm more willing to wait until the actual reinforcements arrive, because they're pretty close. They're only like 2 turns away. Not a huge deal. And then you're heading up there as well, sir. Alright, next up, you are gonna go here. And you're really not healing much more. 8 turns? Ugh. Really shouldn't have auto-resolved anything, but it is what it is. I guess we will... You know what I might do? I might manually fight one of these little fights between the episodes, and then we can use that time to heal up some of our constructs. Probably the better way to do it, so we'll do that next turn, though, because right now they're busy. Alright, Administrator, okay, you don't need to move. You do, however. We need to destroy these frickin' Nurglites so we don't have to deal with them anymore. You go here. You follow along in... You can't reach them in camp stance. Frankly, I don't really care about you suffering attrition, because these Longma Riders, the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin, are going to go to a different army anyway. Jiao Ming is stuck for a little bit. Probably fight Gorth the Cruel soon, but right now these guys have to sit pretty. Yuan Bo. Where was the next island? There are probably some islands up here, but I did see one... Oh, it's a mysterious island. Those can't have anything good in it. Which is a shame. Oh, do we already know Bellicor? Where is... Yeah, we do know Bellicor. Okay, so moving towards him wouldn't mean, like, we identify him and it freaks us out. Alright, keep going up here, I guess.
The waves like crystal.
And, no islands. Maybe some around here. We'll loop back around like this, then. And who knows, we might attack Nakari just because we can. We are nearby, or we could just land here and then start fighting the Broken Axe. It's where we were going in the first place. We kind of took the long way around, but it kind of worked out, so you know what, that's fine. Administrator, we already did ya. Who else needs to move? Not Jiao Ming. Jushu's fine. Admirals, okay, so we do have both admirals, plus the stuff going on in Nippon right now. So you're just here to... hopefully Gentleman Jenkins doesn't attack you. Actually, no, I'm lying. Hopefully he does attack you. Okay, wait, which administrator is this? I wanted to send you somewhere to recruit something, but I no longer remember what it was.
Lord Magistrate reporting.
Oh, I know what I wanted to do with you. I wanted to send you down to the Dragon Isles. If we can get you a tax collector, since it's our biggest money-making province, we can get some benefit out of it. You're gonna grab this island. Oh, looks like Talzin's doing pretty good. And grab fill cargo, I guess. Trunk of maps, Dawnstone, don't really care for either one. I was hoping for press ganged in order to get the additional healing. Go up here to the remnants of battle and grab the silent. You can always reinforce Yan Bo. And there is a good argument to be made for attempting to take Aquitaine. That hasn't changed. Alrighty, I believe there's at least one army that still needs to be moved, or several armies. Okay, yeah, so it's these guys, right? Yeah. So did I besiege something? Ugh, okay, I'm forgetting. Right, so this army is moving away. You, I guess, can chase them down. Oh, you have to take the long way around as well. Alright, fair enough. Go chase them down. It is what it is. You need to proceed to the Temple of the Orange Simca, but it looks like you're going to have to take 2 turns to do it, but that's fine. Just a little auto-resolve anyway. You can march stance and follow along until we're ready to swap those units and then delete them and then send an admiral out to grab the island there, and we'll do the building in a second. Poor Sons of Tra, they're really going to dislike when we attack them, but, you know, we haven't fought Tomb Kings and I feel like we should enjoy doing so. Especially since we're now allied with Khalida. Anybody else? Alright, K1 is... who? Oh, right, you're moving up here. Huh, shouldn't you have gone that way? Alright, whatever. Scout, you will continue scouting, as you do. Scholars, you will continue doing scholarly things. Tong War Monolith, and... okay, yeah, we gotta keep that tech thievery up and running. Alright, that's a success. And that's a success. Ah, everything's a success. With the Lizardmen, we've had repeated critical failures and heroes wounded, but this is impossible with Cathay since they get this. Frankly, and get a little bit more capacity and maybe build a few more of these guys just to max out our tech tree. Oh, you could try as well. You're not even a tech thief, but you're out here, and why not? Serendipitous unit. Lovely. Go for, what do you have? Impetus? Unstoppable charge. Tech thief. Why not? I was just gonna use him as a scout, but we can, you know, reduce, reuse, recycle. What else do we have here? You're not besieging. Am I crazy, or did I set up somebody to siege with the idea that... oh, wait, no, I didn't set up somebody to siege. I set up Miao Ying with the idea that the enemy would attack us, meaning I think we're okay. It was a little orc territory that we were waiting on, so that's fine. This one will fight manually, this one will fight as well, and everything else looks good to me. Alright, so then building, then end the turn, and then fight the Cornates again. It was really fun last time, and I expect it'll be fun this time as well. Gotta be careful about the... okay, wait, I just want to see if anything's about to... get real angry at us. So this place isn't super happy, this place, but nothing is in the red, at least not yet. So we're okay, alright. Go from the top, build everything that we can. Dreadrock, you are... wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we don't need a 7th. You can build the Alchemist's Tower, I guess. Probably doesn't matter that much. And oh, minus growth for the Dragon Isles, but it is what it is. Once again, we have to use the materials at sea to make it as cheap as possible. Easticon, let's go here. Next up, Celestial Beacon. All the extra research rate, yes please. It's gonna be good. Alrighty, Flayed Rock, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, perfect. And just have to have an even number to later turn them into Harmony. And then you, I guess, can start building these buildings now. Like so. Alright, Plains of Shen. We will build you, and you, and you, and you. Materials at sea. Makes the admin so easy. So easy. Let's go. Goods Emporium, Tea Parlor, and then wait. 1, 2, 3, 4... wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6. Eventually for Harmony. Alright, North Econ, we still have money. We don't need this anymore, most likely. You shouldn't be having any enemies attacking you, so you're good. 1, 2... let's upgrade you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could go 7, and then 8. Perfect. Gunpowder Road, what do we have here? Oh, right, the dormitory. Alright, that's fine. Land of a Thousand Gods. I like so. Nongchang Basin, let's go for the Shrine of Yin, and like 2 or 3 turns of this and our admin will more or less be complete for the rest of the campaign. Fantastic. Alright, and what do we have here? Build tea parlor. Also, before I forget, okay, wait, let's build this here. Keep you as a military province. Build the City of Spires. And Central and... okay, this is the thing that I wanted to do. Build any military structure. It'll only take 1 turn, and then I'm hoping that we can trade this, and then they'll have a complete... well, actually, they'll have an incomplete territory, but we'll have a complete territory, and, well, we're the ones that matter. Alrighty, and I don't know whether it gives us anything if we upgrade these or not, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. And, okay, you are abandoned. I'm just double-checking whether anything needs to be uncollected income-wise, considering the just horrific control loss that we're going to be suffering over the next few turns, but I think we're okay. Skip, 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 skip. Outpost available with whom? Oh, the Knights of Calidor, yes. We did want some dragons, potentially. Maybe. Dragon princes. Phoenixes work nicely. Is the Fortress of Oreg not an option? Who are you allied with? Oh, it is an option. It was the last option. It was the one I was hovering over. Oh, we should also do allied missions. Alrighty, fine, fair enough. Korath. Yeah, let's go for Korath. And let's go for these guys. I think they'll be destroyed rather shortly, and then let's pick whoever we can otherwise. And then just to double check, you. Yeah, 1 turn, and then the Null Iron sides will be ready. Fantastic. Alrighty. And then we'll give you a generalist army and then send you, honestly, somewhere. I'm not entirely sure. I guess, wait, you could just wait for the next, invasion with the generalist army. Hopefully by then we'll have 3 armies here permanently stationed while we sort of do stuff everywhere. Anyway, let's end the turn, let's proceed. Come on, nice Coronate fight. Korath, you've got the reinforcements, you've got your own stacks, I think you should be good. Join war against Rictus, I'd love to, especially to get their speed trait on Jiao Ming and his melee army, but he's a little bit busy, A, and he can't heal due to the horrific replenishment that he's got, B. Yeah, really, we just need to start, or continue, rather, spamming those teacher units. The Gate Masters with Teacher, just so that they level up the other Gate Masters, just so that thereafter the Gate Masters can, add that little bit of replenishment. The things we do just for 4 replenishment. Anyway, there we go. Khorne's ready to fight. Valiant defeat. Casualties high. We got Minotaurs, we got Soul Grinders, Skull Crushers, Blood Crushers, tons and tons of Flesh Hounds, which actually might be the more dangerous aspect of this, which is kind of interesting. Because they can get around our army and actually force us into melee, and there's a lot of Flesh Hounds. I got a full half stack of them. Yeah. Alright, I'm excited for this one. Let's get to it.
You will see your families again! This the Storm Dragon swears!
Alrighty, here we go. Should be a pretty darn fun fight, I'd wager. We could have done this the easy way, wherein we attacked the settlement with the port directly without allowing these guys to move on in. But this way, we get to fight 2.5 Coronate stacks, all range versus nearly all melee, pretty much all range versus all melee in terms of what we got here. And the bad thing about this is that the enemy is moving in from the back, so we could potentially get crushed by both armies if we don't kill the first one fast enough. So let's get started on that. Everybody's moving in, taking position up on this hill and getting ready to fire on the enemies down below. You were supposed to fire on cue. Okay, there we go. Looks like the Eye of the Storm will start, and then the Grace of Chui Yin will follow. A single volley from those two will obliterate the first unit of Bloodletters like, I don't know, melting them like butter. The enemy lord is also hovering up above, and perhaps somebody we might want to target with a few hits, so the Grace of Chui Yin and I believe 2 of the Crane Gunners will fire upon him, debuff him, and bring him down so dang quick. That poor Exalted Bloodthirster, no chance. The enemy still has to make their way up the hill with grenades and crane guns and iron hail guns all firing down upon them. And though we do have to be a lot more wary of a few of the enemy units, we've got a unit of Chaos Knights of Khorne with lances coming in, so we're going to stop them in their tracks with a Tormentor Sword, and then summon our Ghostly Defenders to get in their way, just so they don't charge our pile of our range units. Over on the left flank, looks like the enemy doggos are milling around, getting ready to move on in, perhaps to try to get around us, but the enemy's center is on the verge of collapse. They did manage to get one unit of one spawn of Khorne through, but the Grace of Treyin will be able to fight them in melee, or it in melee, just fine, I'd wager. Hopefully the grenades don't kill off our own alchemist here, who has joined the fray in melee. Alrighty, and it looks like a unit of Khorne Gors have actually made their way forward. Poison, Shield Breaker, and Flammable all applied to them. But they did make it through to the Iron Hail Gunners, who are potentially going to suffer a fair bit against them. And just gonna have to move somebody else in to deal with that. Otherwise, the Flesh Hounds that have made it past our ghostly units have also made their way forward. Of course, they will eventually, inevitably, lose against the Celestial Dragon crossbows, because they're too decent in melee for them. But otherwise, and ooh, oh wow. That was an enemy hero there, by a Bloodletter, and it melted away, a Blood Reaper rather, and it melted away. And new Fleshhounds of Khorne have arrived, and it looks like, the enemy reinforcements are here, and this is what I was worried about. While the rest of the reinforcements will travel reasonably slowly, still fairly quickly though, we got 40 to 60 speed all along, but the Fleshhounds are all 100 move speed, and they crash into our back line, sending many a unit of Crane Gunner and Grenadier flying. We're going to debuff them as best we can with the Transmutation of Lead upgraded to drop their melee attack and down to 14. But that is still a lot of Fleshhounds, and these guys are not going to quickly be able to take them out in melee. We're in trouble now. Our left flank is still engaged, our right flank is still somewhat engaged. We're going to summon more ghostly units shortly, as we really desperately need them before the rest of the enemy army arrives. Minotaurs of Khorne, as well as the enemy's Soul Grinder, charging forth as well, getting ready to move. And, ooh, nice hit from the enemy's Soul Grinder, firing its cannon, arm cannon, at Miao Ying, who's going to drop down and go after the Minotaurs to prevent them from charging through. Looks like while she does manage to knock a few back, they do manage to charge towards our Gatemaster, who is desperately trying to protect our two drums, who are stuck, surrounded as they are by Fleshhounds and by the enemy's going to drop a bomb from our Sky Lantern up above, and here come more ghosties to protect the drums. There we go. One of the drums is dropped by about 25% HP, but we're still around. And ooh, very nice charge from the enemy Blood Crushers, absolutely wrecking one of the units of Jade Warrior crossbows. Have not yet evolved into Celestial Dragon crossbows, and are thus a lot more fragile and susceptible to being obliterated by these guys. And I love the sort of turn on a dime and super acceleration thing that the Blood Crushers have. Sudden sort of move forward that they do. Really good for them, not so great for us. Anyway, we're trying to get the Jade Warriors out of there and have sent Celestial Dragon crossbows to hold Blood Crushers back while Miao Ying attacks them. The enemy main line has arrived as well, the Soul Grinder, and the Minotaur is still in the fight now, being led by an exalted hero, and the piles of enemy Bloodletters. Their magical attacks will tear through those ghostly units in no time. Granted, we don't care whether the ghostly units live, but we do need them to hold. And ooh, nice pile of magical grenades. Yeah, we do need these guys to hold so the enemy doesn't charge our range units. Now, what I was hoping would happen here was that there is a hill here that the enemy's first army started on, was that we would kill the first army and then move to take their place on this hill as the second army arrived. But the Fleshhounds got here so quick that it prevented us from doing so, and we're very much in trouble now, starting to lose a lot of HP. Several of our units are down to about half HP, our drum's backing off, and the other one is still just stuck, but it looks like we'll finally be able to free itself before it gets overrun by the piles of Bloodletters. Alrighty, and we're going to try to heal everybody up shortly, or at least the single entities shortly, if we can hold the enemy off. And darn, those Blood Crushers are still riding around. Damn, nice charge into the back of those Dragon Breakers. Well, actually, this is just Nan Gau Grenadiers, isn't it? 5th Grenadier Regiment, but anyway. And we certainly can't have those guys fighting Bloodletters. Bloodletters have seen a unit of Iron Hail Gunners rush out of there. Everybody's pretty much at half HP now. This unit of Celestial Dragon Crossbows, which took the place of the Jade Dragon Crossbows, are nearly destroyed, down to 25% of their HP, and there's still plenty of units over on this flank. Definitely starting to get overrun now. Definitely I think the toughest battle that Miao Ying has fought so far. And yeah, a lot of our units that shouldn't be engaging in melee are now in melee, but what can you do? An absolutely brutal battlefield, but that's the way we like it, and that's the way the corn likes it, so everybody's happy. Alright, but the balance of power has finally shifted fully in our favor. Drum is desperately trying to escape a few more hits from those exalted bloodletters, or else it will be destroyed. Same thing goes for the Jade Warrior crossbows and the Celestial Dragonclaw crossbows, who have merely a sliver of HP remaining. Fortunately, Miao Ying is able to hold back the bloodletters and prevent them from chasing it down. Which is great, because bloodletters are pretty darn decent at chasing when not slowed. Alrighty, and there we go. Very, very close. Damn, I don't think Miao Ying's army has ever suffered this much damage, and I'm definitely glad to see it. Now, a few of the enemy, well, most of the enemies will have melted away due to their demonic nature, but we're going to take the time while we chase down whatever else we can to have Miao Ying set up and try to heal, especially the war drums. If we suffer attrition after the end of the turn, it might kill the war drums otherwise, so we definitely need to make sure that it's healed up. Hopefully, none of our other units that are badly hurt will be destroyed. Celestial Dragon crossbows, still 28 units, so they should be okay, and I think the other unit of Jade Warriors has escaped off battlefield, or off the field rather. I think they had, I want to say 18 units remaining. Guess we're about to find out. What a fight. That was a proper battle, wasn't it? We actually came very close to being overrun there for a second with Miao Ying. While the first army was destroyed, they distracted us with their distraction bloodthirster, as well as all his units, to allow the second army to hit our army in the back and then dish out some heavy damage, including near destruction of one of the Jade Warrior units. Both of the drums nearly died and had to receive a little bit of healing at the end, and just generally all around a very good fight. Now, we are unfortunately in attrition territory, so it does mean we're going to have to heal. We also got a Talisman of Endurance, which ain't too bad. Damage-wise, at 29k, Nan Gau iron sights did very, very well. Still 15k on one of the Iron Hail Gunners. Surprisingly good, considering they were out of position. For the Iron Hail Gunners, 28k is very solid, I imagine. Yeah, 58k on the Grace of Chui Yin, and frankly, 42k on one of the regular Celestial Dragon crossbows, 27 on the other. Just need to make sure that the Jade Warriors become Celestial Dragons as well. Very, very nice. And the Eye of the Storm, 29k, pretty solid, even if it wasn't in an ideal position here. Venerate. Alrighty, now, I fear that we won't be able to auto-resolve what remains. Peace treaty with Tzeentch. No, don't be silly. Don't be silly, Tzeentch. Isn't everything just as planned? Military access with Leo Frick the Devoted here. I mean, we're probably not going to attack him, so why not? No need to sort of piss off all the surrounding factions. I guess the only minor issue is that he'll probably not like it when we inevitably attack the Tomb Kings, but it is what it is. Plus, potential, nearby to Bretonnian ally, far away from anybody that can kill them, and thus probably allow us to, can you steel tech here? Allow us to ally mission successful, good. To trade with them basically forever without them, getting wiped out. And hates corn, yeah. Ready for duty. We got to recruit a lord. I don't know if we need another lord right now. What we do need is to see whether these things, right? Yeah. Rajapuram for Suryapuri.
What do we do for you on this fine day?
Yes, okay, now they're willing to do it. Frankly, they're willing to go into a military alliance to do it. As to whether we want to, well, it has access to dwarven units. Oh, why not? We'll keep these guys around. It's not like we were looking to attack them. Frankly, the ogres might be upsetty about this, but, well, that's also not our problem. Who could they possibly attack here? Oh! They're not super friendly with the Torellosaur elves. What's the likelihood that they actually attack each other? Hopefully low. Well, let's hope that it's low and they don't attack each other. If it comes down to it, we'll have to side with the elves because these guys hold territory that's closer to Cathay. It's still jungle territory, but, you know, still preferable. Alright, Land of the Thousand Gods now secured, and we'll go for the Jade Dragon's Edict here, and we may as well start building all of that good stuff. Tea Parlor, and then I didn't do the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Perfect. Alrighty, now I think there was something else. Oh, right, Miao Ying. Are you outside the army? Huh, wait, didn't the other army survive? Did it maybe move away a little bit? Are we still able to auto-resolve this without taking heavy damage? I guess we're about to find out. Oh, you're gonna run. Okay, well, then I think we're safe. And auto-resolve, I feel like it's going to put our drums down to 1 HP. Let's hope that it doesn't. This is risky. No, it's not 1 HP, so they can't be killed by a siege, so we're okay. We'll occupy the place because we're here anyway, and it does have dyes, which we don't have a lot of, so we might as well get that up and running, and we do have materials at sea, so this is the perfect time to build stuff. Like so. Alrighty, now we are able to potentially get this full province if we want to, as long as these guys don't attack the servants of the Blood Nagas. And then potentially, I guess, ally with these Scions of Sri Lanka Lizardmen. We're friendly with them, if I recall correctly. They're basically just enemies with these guys, which is a greenskin faction, but that's fine. Frankly, we can get a trade going with them. I don't think they're not super friendly with the Yumis running around, but whatever. Trade with everybody. Alrighty. And... wait. Okay, yeah, for a second I thought that I had forgotten to do the right, but we're okay. We're okay. Anyway, Administrator Chen Sai, back to you, sir. Oh, wait, actually, before I forget, we need you to come here. March stance, and then I guess right there. You can suffer a turn of attrition, it doesn't matter. Actually, no, we won't suffer attrition because that completely decornified the place. And it's not Chaos Waste, it was just corrupted, so we're good. Oh, is that another Elven faction down here? Fortress of Calith. I got salt there, which is good for them. Then again, it's the jungle territory, which means I don't care that much about it. And the gate guards. They have 1 territory. Oh, they're probably fighting a losing war against the... against these guys. Makes sense. I also want to see what's down there, so we'll head Miao Ying down there. Probably we'll end off the campaign with Miao Ying in that area, because I don't think she's going to have time to move to the Southlands. At least I doubt it. Anyway. I just want to move the Administrator first, because there's buildings to be built, aren't there always? And I believe you're good. Alright, you're doing the upkeep production thing, which is fine. You guys, alright, time to start moving again. Oh, you can reach Morkar's Rest all the way from there? I wonder how well defended it is. Probably not well, by the looks of it. Alright, you go here then. Let's see if there's anybody defending it, and there is! Oh my. Maybe I shouldn't have moved immediately. Maybe I should have allowed you to heal up. What's the likelihood they actually attack us? They might try to run. We can't go into a camp stance anymore, meaning we have no choice but to attack. Alrighty, this, frankly, though, without Zatan, without any artillery, anything scary, it's not a fight worth fighting, so I think I'll just fight that one between the episodes. It feels like a bit of a waste of time. You can probably suffer a couple more turns of attrition. I'd like you to... well, I was going to transfer these along to these guys. So I guess start moving down there. Just make sure you set up back into healing shortly. And Ji-Song, will we still need you up here? Maybe. You actually... oh, you're gonna take like 1,000,000 years to get up there. In fact, you're gonna take so long to get up there that it might not be worth it. Well, then again, I guess we could switch to march stance after a couple of turns of this, so let's do that. And then we can obviously delete you. Alright. Now, Yeah, I started doing things out of order again, and my bad. Seagrave Port, barely has anything. I wonder if you can auto-resolve it. Is that a bad idea, though? It's gonna heavily damage us and then possibly implagonate us. I'll think about it. Might just do it between the episodes as well. You, go here. You, attack this. Hopefully if one of you gets the plague, it's the other one. I don't know how much raise value, sack value. It's not that much. Oh, you won't be able to reach it anymore. Unless, wait. Maybe. Still need to wipe this guy out because he's a mission, and no, we're still good. Alright, go here. And auto-resolve. Let's hope that it doesn't do too much damage to us. Somehow a bunch of crowmen got killed, but that's just the auto-resolve for you. And okay, you're safe from the Plaguination. Ally mission successful all over the place. Good, good. And head here. Let's see if this is auto-resolvable. Oh, we could probably heal at sea much quicker anyway. It's not. Really, we just float over them with the lift balloons and the other lanterns. I'll do that between the episodes as well. It's a waste of our time. And we'll leave you there. Alrighty, now let's start doing things in order again. It's a bad habit, and I can't shake it. Tanji Chen, you now have the non-Ironsides ready. I mean, I guess you could go deliver them, but at the same time, Jisong has to return. So we'll just wait. And better than wasting our time moving around. You guys probably a couple more turns of healing. Just gotta keep an eye on where Grimgor is. Administrator Cheng, yes. Go to Yanbo. Alright, you're getting there. Maybe go this way. You can grab the island on the way and then head through the sea lane. Ningwei, you're fine. Just stay here until you get your army, which should be pretty soon. In fact, you can go into raiding stance and... Actually, no, you can't. I'd rather you heal up a little bit. Alright. That's you, and then let's move logistics here. One turn away, fantastic. Alright, and Shao, I'll do this between the episodes as well. It's basically no defenders, it's a waste of time. You're good. Logistics has just moved. Yanbo. Was there not another island nearby? Alright, I wanted to double check whether there was anything interesting near to Bellicor's territory, so let's go here. March stance is a little bit risky. Oh, stop the march stance. Capitano Shizuko is nearby. Grab this island and go southward. I wouldn't mind necessarily fighting them, but I don't want to fight with this army until we get, you know, his actual army, his units, because this is kind of meh. Power of Rage. Don't care for the Potion of Farsight, but definitely care for the Free Frenzy. Though you have barely any melee units. But yeah, there's a lot of islands nearby still, so still worth our time to be here. And Yanbo, you're here. Muji Peng, you are going to try to go after Admiral Renmo, but probably... Renmo? Really? That's... Why do you have a Bretonian name, random Black Ark Admiral? Alright, or we get Yanbo coming back around and kill off Mazda Mundi since he betrayed us. I mean, I guess he is still acting as a... Well, actually, he's not really acting as a buffer against the Dark Elves because they're not at war. Well, we'll see. Yanbo still has to wait for his army, so that hasn't really changed. And let's see, where were you? Alright. Tianlu. Your army is full now. I guess we could send you around this... Oh, wow, the Bloody Hands. Damn, they've completely wiped out the last defenders. It's kind of impressive. We can see how the cannons do against you. You're just gonna have to wait for your alchemists and stuff to arrive. So just sit in Nobbly Gorge until the caster and the gate master get here, and we'll figure out what to do with you afterwards. But we'll probably send you down there. Anyway, admirals. Admiral... Okay, you're too far, and I think we can't travel in march stance or full speed stance because the proximity of the Broken Axe. I guess what we could do is we could take Bordelot with Yanbo and with Admiral Dichunyu, and then leave the Admiral here while we build another army while Yanbo heads back. Might be able to get a fight and execute Grom the Paunch while there. Administrator. At the Dreadrog, it doesn't really matter where. Like so. And then land there and then live there. This is your new home. Enjoy. The main thing is to get you the tax collector for the increased amount of money. And who's after you? You. Alright, gotta keep trying to wipe out the Zinchans. You... Huh. Here's what we'll do. You go here. And then you can just auto-resolve this side wager. Also, before I forget, what we should do is, since we're going to send these guys out to sea anyway, we can just upgrade you to...
We must bring order.
Jade Warrior crossbows. There you go. Alright, and we might upgrade some more guys. Well, actually, there's no might about it, but... oh, why did I even put you in... Yeah. And you can reinforce, because you're going to be commanding our... Well, you're going to be the new admiral here. Alright, attack and kill. Cathay Internal indeed. Eternal. Take the money. Alright, Cathay Internal is what they yell during... Anyway, Enchanted Shield / a Giggle, you are going to proceed to the Temple of the Orange Simca, which is basically no defenders, but this place has a lot of defenders. Auto-resolve, no damage either. Nice. Occupy. Alrighty, another Swordmaster. We have plenty, and I do believe the Tzeentchian faction has one settlement and no armies remaining, and we certainly ain't gonna leave them around. Were you the last armies that were here? Who is... Were you? Oh, right. You move up this way. You have more troops to transfer to the admirals, and then we have, yeah, just tech thieves, and then other stuff, as in the little manual fights, little tiny little manual fights I'll deal with between the episodes. So I'm going to call it here. Next time, we will probably get the Moon Empress's army up and running, and we'll start attacking the greenskins here with the jet lines and all. I guess we've technically... Let's see. Have we tried out every unit? I think we have a... Yeah, we have every unit in some army or another. I get the only unit that we haven't tried out in significant capacity is the Wuxing War Compasses. We've only seen them in sieges at the gates so far, and they're on the way to Yan Bo's army. But frankly, it's not a particularly interesting unit, so I wasn't super worried about getting them up and running. Yeah, you cast a few more spells, and your spells are more powerful. I like to watch the units fight rather than obliterate enemies with spells anyway, because it sometimes feels too easy. Anyway, like I said, calling it here. We'll continue advancing through the Coronate territories of the Servants of the Blood Nagas before moving down towards the Sons of Tra and onwards to the Isles of Elthis, and hopefully finish up with the Nurglites and the Chaos Dwarfs up here, so we don't have to worry about enemies coming in from the northern Chaos Wastes. Though I really do like the addition of all of these Chaos Waste territories here, even if without the LCCP mod there is no legendary lords up there. It makes it significantly more of a hassle to deal with these guys. It feels more appropriate. It should be a difficult expedition to go up and cleanse the Chaos Waste, and downright impossible. And the fact that they kept coming down here and attacking us is really nice as well. I love the change in dynamic. Anyway, more Miao Ying to come. Stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, as they will determine how long this campaign continues to run for. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.